So guys, I hope everyone are able to see my screen. So let's discuss about JavaScript. I hope everyone are aware of JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? Why we use JavaScript? Where we use JavaScript? Is JavaScript is Java? So these kind of questions will arise in the mind in the start. So Guy, can you tell me that you all are aware of JavaScript? Have you studied JavaScript before? Have you used JavaScript? So JavaScript is very powerful. So let's go very carefully. This is slightly different from HTML and CSS, what we were studying before last 2 to 3 classes or 4 classes. JavaScript is very, very important. So let's have it very carefully. So what is JavaScript, guy? See, we all are learning web designing. So we study HTML, CSS. So what HTML, CSS does? It's a scripting language which gives the design of the website. Now, next was CSS. So what CSS does, guys? It makes the website beautiful. Next, JavaScript. So what JavaScript is going to do in the website? So JavaScript is going to make our web pages interactive. JavaScript is going to make our web pages very interactive. So no website you can think, because if website doesn't have any interaction, it doesn't respond with any of the events, it's not going to be of much use. It will become a static content website. So website must have interactions, must have response, and must have events. So let's see how we can use JavaScript where we are going to use the JavaScript, where we are going to write the JavaScript. Guys, we are going to use the same editor where what we used to write HTML or CSS. So next question is where we are going to execute JavaScript. So JavaScript we are going to execute on the browser. We don't require any external software to execute this. Our browser are capable of compiling any program what we write in JavaScript. Fine. So is JavaScript is a scripting language, programming language, or what? So JavaScript is a scripting language. Yes, it's a programming language. It has the programming capability. Till at what you study HTML. So HTML was markup language, CSS was a scripting language. And here, this JavaScript is a scripting language as well as you can say a programming language. Programming language which have capability, which have function, which have object. So if any programming language can create an object, that will be any language which can where if we can create object can be is a programming language. So let's see. So JavaScript, guy, we can embed in the HTML program, whatever till it we have wrote the program, any places we can embed JavaScript. So how to embed what we are going to see today. So here we can create functions, we can call functions, we can create event handlers. So functions you may be aware because JavaScript also it will be similar to, you can say Java, or it will be similar to C or C++. Okay. So we can create here functions and we can call the function. You all may be aware of the programming concept. Functions and variables, calling of a function. These are very common in all the programming language. So what is JavaScript? Let's define now what is JavaScript. So guy, I hope everyone are getting my voice. Now I am coming to the main point. So from here onwards, let's clear. I hope everyone are able to see my screen. So I am going to continue further. Can anybody respond? Everyone are able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Fine. So let understand. We'll go a bit slow. Any point of time, if you feel difficulty to understand me, you can point me, feel free. So JavaScript is a programming language. It's a scripting language, we say. It's a client-side scripting language, as well as it's a programming language and designed for web pages. It's a programming. See, there are many programming languages. You all may have studied C and C++. It's a programming language and meant for something. You are studying Java. Java is also programming language and meant for many things. Okay. Same way, JavaScript is programming language designed for web pages and for many more things. Okay. JavaScript is a Netscape cross-platform. So you may have heard this Netscapes. They first developed some browser. This company first developed some browser and they wrote JavaScript. And they discovered the JavaScript. Okay. And later this JavaScript came with all the browser. Many times you are downloading some software and the Windows alert that you cannot run this software because JavaScript is not enabled in the browser. So JavaScript is embedded in the browser, but it has the capability, it has the setting that you can enable or you can disable. Okay. So JavaScript is language client and server application. We can use JavaScript. JavaScript is not Java, but it is not Java. It's a programming language. It is designed for web pages. It can be used with any scripting language or web designing, but it's not Java. They are similar in some ways, but fundamentally different in other way. So why use JavaScript? This question will also still hit your brain. Why we should use JavaScript? So few things I said you guys that to make our web pages very interactive, we should use JavaScript. Still this will be not clear. What I am going to make you clear with the uses where we can use the JavaScript. So what you mean by interaction? See, you have a button, you click here and it's going to validate each and every field. So that you can handle using the JavaScript. You right click and it does something. You do left click, it do something. So these events, these are referred as events. On some click, something is happening in the website. This is referred as event. So these things we can handle using JavaScript. JavaScript 1.3 work with version okay. So JavaScript resembles Java but not have Java. Java static typing in a strong type. See, JavaScript is support most Java expression syntax and basic control flow constructs. JavaScript has a simple instance-based object. So you may be aware of the concept of object. For the classes, you create object. So this object can be used at any places, can be called by many programmers. So a similar way, JavaScript is instance-based object model that still provide significant capability. So let's check its capability, what capability it have. Okay. So they say different type of JavaScript, leave it. Common JavaScript task can replace server-side scripting. Common JavaScript task can replace server-side scripting. See what server-side scripting? Whatever web pages we are going to define, we are going to develop, it's going to be hosted on the server. Okay. When you search something, you browse any website, it's going to come from the server. Now there is an application form came. Okay. Some application form came, and here you have to provide different information and submit. So when you provide different information and submit, so it will go to the server and then server say name is must. See how much time consuming is there. Whereas using the JavaScript, we can put the validation here before submit button get click hit to the server. Our request goes to the server. It will alert without sending the request to the server. In the client place itself, it can send back us request that no, please provide the name, please provide the date of birth, please provide your mobile number. So common JavaScript task can replace server-side scripting. So I given you one example. There are many more examples we are going to see. Okay. So when you are clear that how the website works, then you can understand this. Whatever request we are getting, we are submitting on application in our web pages, It's going to hit the server and server is going to provide the output. Sometimes some information is required what you are not providing, and then also it's going to server, and server is going to respond that you require to provide this information. This is time consuming. So we can handle such thing using the JavaScript, which will get handled on the client side. Before the sending the request to the server, we can handle and alert the user that please provide this information. JavaScript enables shopping cart. You all are doing shopping cart, everything you want from the Zomato or Amazon or from the Flipkart. So how it do? What does JavaScript does here? Many work it's going to do. That's why JavaScript is so popular. JavaScript is highly demanded. Being a web designer, you will have demand in the market. But if you are going to be very good in JavaScript, you will be highly demanded. You can move to any of the latest programming languages which are coming based on the libraries of JavaScript. So JavaScript enables shopping carts, form validation, calculations, a special graphic, text effect, image swapping, image mapping, clock, and more. These all things we can get in the shopping cart using the JavaScript. Calculator, we can call any point of time, immediately calculate whether what you are providing it is right or no. A special graphic, text effect, image swapping, many more. It's a programming capability. See, most of the web pages is made up from the HTML, and already I told that the HTML is not a programming language. It's not have the programming capability. It will give you only design. Question is, can we design a website without HTML? Answer is no. Anyone? Answer is no, you cannot design. But so HTML will give you the structure, a skeleton of your website, whereas CSS is going to design it. CSS is going to make it look good, and yes, this JavaScript is going to make it interactive. JavaScript is going to make it interactive. Suppose you made a skeleton and then it's looking good, but it will be a static, it will not respond. Having the JavaScript, you click something, something will come. So it make it interactive. So let's see, guys. JavaScript is going to be case sensitive. So what do you mean by case sensitive? Whatever syntax you are going to write, it's going to matter. Capital and a small is going to be considered different. Dot syntax is used to combine terms. Certain characters in term are reserved. Certain characters in term are reserved. Should be not used with the JavaScript. JavaScript is simple text, ASCII character. We include JavaScript using a script tag, and already we have used a script tag for CSS. Okay, so a script is a HTML tag. So using the script tag, we can include JavaScript by using, how we can use JavaScript? By using a script tag. Fine. By specifying a file of JavaScript code. So JavaScript can be embedded in HTML, or it can be called from a separate file. By specifying a JavaScript expression as value for HTML attribute. So by using event handler within certain other HTML tag. So these are the basic tags. So here 2 points is very important. How we can use JavaScript, where we can use JavaScript. So 1 point is using the script tag, we can embed inside the HTML program. Second thing is directly we can call from external. We can write in the external file and we can call. Fine. So let's see, have the look of how JavaScript, it will looks in the HTML. So here it is given a script and it's closed by a script tag. It have to be a start by a script tag and it have to be closed by a script tag. And in between, whatever we are going to write, In between, whatever we are going to write, that code will be considered a JavaScript code. And JavaScript code will get terminated by semicolon.
Sir, we cannot see your PPT.
See now it's happened or before? See, this question I asked at a start, that's why I keep repeating. Any point of time. So can you tell me now you are not able to see or from the start?
From the start.
From the beginning, sir.
So nobody told. I told.
PPT is stuck on first page.
Okay. So let's have again. I require to repeat. Share the screen. We'll share this. Are you able to see now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So every time when I start the class, please confirm. So I was talking about JavaScript. So whatever I discussed, you understood. I'm talking about JavaScript. So JavaScript is a scripting language, and it is used to make the website beautiful. To make the website interactive. Okay. In JavaScript, we can embed JavaScript in HTML. Okay, using a script tag. It will have functions. It will have event handler. It's a programming language. It's a more effective language for the website. Okay. This is designed for the web pages. So company which developed the JavaScript is Netscape. Okay. So they were developing the browser, and for their browser, they developed the JavaScript, and later it got implemented for all the browsers. So we write the JavaScript in the Notepad++ or any of the editor, popular editor, and JavaScript is also getting compiled by the browser. Every browser, latest browser is capable of implementing, or compiling the code written in JavaScript. Okay, it's not a Java, it's similar to Java, it's a programming, it's have some similarity. You can say it is also a bit similar to C and C++. So it enhances web pages with dynamic and interactive feature. It runs on the client software. Simple instance-based object model that provide significant capability to our web pages. Common JavaScript task can replace server-side. Are you able to see my screen, or it's getting disappear slide by slide? No.
Yes, sir. We can see.
Yes, sir.
You can see, correct? So the common JavaScript task is to replace server-side scripting. So what we have to validate in the server, we can validate in the client. JavaScript is both client side and server side. So what we have to do in the server side, we can do using JavaScript client side. And why we do client side? Because it will save time. JavaScript enables shopping carts. So all the shopping carts, many things they are doing. You see some of the website you may be seeing, suddenly you see some changes is there. So those things are mostly getting done by JavaScript. You go and log in hub, and without submitting your button, your all the information gone to the database or somewhere or in the mail. So who is doing this? This can be done only using by JavaScript. That's why JavaScript is very powerful and most highly demanded in market. Anyone having the good knowledge of JavaScript will easily get job in the market. They don't have to wait. JavaScript is the case sensitive. Here capital and small will be considered different. Dot will use to combine terms. Certain character in term are reserved, as you may have a study reserved keyword in the C or C++ or Java. Here also some keywords are reserved. Simple text. This can be embedded, this can be implemented in any of the HTML program using a script tags. By specifying a file also, we can call JavaScript from outside. We can keep JavaScript separately, we can call. And when we keep it in a separate file, what's happened, guys? We can call this, suppose some field validator can be called in multiple pages. So by using event handler within certain other HTML tags, so let's have a look. I was here. So I hope now everyone are able to see my screen. So how the syntax of the JavaScript? You just use the script tag and close by a script tag. In between, whatever you are going to write, that is a JavaScript. In between, whatever you are going to write, that is a JavaScript. Okay. So what you can write, that we'll see in the program. Right now, I cannot start writing. See here. So we inside we can comment also. So how we'll write the comment? So here a statement is going to come and the hiding here and a script have to be closed. We are going to see in the program. JavaScript programming uses a specialized terminology. So let's see some of the terminology. Understanding JavaScript term is fundamental to understanding the script. So as I am saying, it's a programming language, and programming language is not one day job. It have all the programming capability, but so we are going to cover the important thing in few program. Rest it is on you guys. Start doing some practice for this year. You can refer tutorial point, you can refer W3 school, you can refer Java point. Many websites is there where hundreds of programs are there, hundreds of text is there. If you want to master, you can use there. But here I will teach you I will show you with some of the program that how you can implement JavaScript, how you can use JavaScript, and why you can use JavaScript. So objects, properties, methods, event, function, value, variable, expression, operations. So I hope you are aware of these words. These all words are there in the C and C++. But here, slightly syntax is going to be slightly different, but understanding will be easy. So object what refer, window, document, image, your laptop, your book is a object. So object, table, forms, button, these all everything is object. Object should be named. All the object whatever you are going to use in the program, see all the students have name. Then only you can join in here in the class. So same way, whatever object you are going to write code for the object, that should be named. Programming name. It's not outside name. We have to provide some programming name. Objects have properties that act as a modifier. Properties are object attributes. Object will have property which is also referred as modifiers. And property are object attributes. Object property are defined by using the object's name, a period, object name, a dot size, a dot height, period, in property name. See, background color is expressed by background will be of some window. This window dot background dot green. So this way, window is a object, background is a attribute, green is a value. Okay. So method, you are aware of method. Everyone, let's have 2-minute interactions. So what do you mean by method? So what do you mean by method? So methods are action applied to a particular object. We apply some methods on particular objects. Okay. Document.write. So write is going to be a method. Document.print. So print is a method. A student.listen. So listen is going to be a method. Okay. A student.understand. So understand is going to be a method. So events. So what event will happen? So suddenly one student will ask one question. Sir, this is not visible. So some events happen. So what happened by this event? I got a stop. So guy, I will teach you. Maybe for 1 minute, disturbance will be there. We will be back. So guy, are you able to listen me? Are you able?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine, fine. Just fluctuation of power gone. Fine, no issue. We'll continue. Fine. It's raining, so it's a nice time to study. So events. So these are events you can consider. Programming languages came to handle the human being problems day by day, and it mapped with the human activity. So events, suddenly one student left the class and run away. So that is also one event. So event associate an object with an action. So event associate an object with action. So I give an example of some of the actions. So user action trigger events. So famous Hello World program. Now you have to come out of the Hello World, but we will start from the Hello World. So this is the HTML program or JavaScript program, guy. Anybody can see. Everyone let have focus on this, not only listen. So I hope most of the students may be attending the class in desktop, then it will be clear visible. If mobile, I don't know, then it may be visibility may be less. So I hope everyone are able to see this screen, correct? So here I'm displaying one simple program, very simple program. So is it a HTML program or CSS program or JavaScript program?